Well, France 24's Ketevan Gorjestani is there and joins us now. Ketevan, just talk us through who some of the favourites are then in the men's game.
Well, to find the favorites, you don't really need to look at the young generation because it's still the usual suspects, the old guard that are the favorites. And of course, the first one of them all is the king of clay himself, Rafael Nadal, the Spaniard, who is looking to extend his already incredible record at the French Open by winning a possible 12th title at Roland Garros. Rafael Nadal, some say, has had quite a bad season on clay so far, but just to give you an idea of what a bad season looks like for Rafael Nadal, it looks like 3 semifinals at Monte Carlo, Madrid and Barcelona, and 1 title, 1 victory at Rome just last weekend. So it also has to be said that his record at the French Open is absolutely incredible. 86 wins and only 2 losses at the French Open throughout his career. So it looks like if his body holds up, no one really can take that title away from him. But there might be one man, the world #1, Novak Djokovic. And he said himself that Rafael Nadal was the overwhelming favorite, but Novak Djokovic has plenty of motivation. He's looking to become only the 2nd man in history to hold all 4 Grand Slams at the same time. For the 2nd time. He did that back in 2015, 2016, and he's hoping to do it again this time around after winning Wimbledon, the US Open, and the Australian Open earlier this year. And of course, there's the man that you mentioned. He's the man that all the fans are hoping to see, Roger Federer, making his big return at the French Open on the Parisian clay for the first time in 4 years. He said that he was just here and he would be happy to win just a few matches, but remember, that's pretty much what he said back in 2017 when he returned to the Australian Open after a 6-month break from the courts, and he went on to lift that trophy.
Okay, so some very familiar names and faces in the men's game. Looking at the women's game, however, it's wide open, isn't it, Ketevan?
Yes, it's completely wide open. There's about a dozen players in the women's draw who could lift that 2019 trophy, but all eyes will be, of course, on the great champion Serena Williams. Serena Williams, who's still looking for that 24th Grand Slam title, but she has been plagued by injuries. She's played very few matches this season, so it's going to be tough for her. There's also the world #1, Naomi Osaka. She's won the US Open and the Australian Open. She's hoping to make it a 3rd Grand Slam in a row, but clay isn't exactly her favored surface. And then there is, of course, the defending champion, Simona Halep, who's looking to make it 2 French Opens in a row. She's the most consistent player on clay. She's a little bit under the radar, but she's always dangerous. And then there are plenty of other players who could lift that trophy. So in the women's draw, it's going to be a big fight.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to speed. France 24's Ketevan Gorjestani there at Roland Garros.